Welcome back to the Crypto Hulk program. We truly have a great program today. Yes, Linnea, the Rise token, Stellar, Canton. Oh man, all of them. Swift is pretty much putting it out there. Swift tested a prototype of Linnea, whatever it is, and for a whole year. Joseph Lubin said they were testing Linnea. Then they said Linnea worked. Linnea was then gifted to the Linux Foundation, which is working with the DTCC and that $4.7 quadrillion a year. Holy moly. Today we're getting into it. We're going to go over some of the, in my opinion, the best cryptos on the planet. Just to clear things up, Swift is not partnering with any crypto that they're telling us. Okay, that they're telling us are the key words. Now, what they're using is another story. Like, everybody can build on the XRP ledger. You don't have to be a Ripple partner for that. You don't have to be a Ripple partner to use Ripple's technology at all. So we have to make that clear. Will every bank run on Ripple? Yeah. Are all the banks Ripple partners? No. Do they have to be? No. Is there really a big incentive to? Not necessarily. It's the software that's free. It was given to the world. The Interledger Protocol, 2014, was given to the entire world. The whole world's running right now in the Interledger Protocol. It has been since 2014 when Ripple gave, Stefan Thomas and Evan Schwartz gave the Interledger Protocol to the world. The World Wide Web, that is. So let's get into this. Let me see who was first. Brian Edwards, MAB 1914, Chris Sharpie. Those are some of the people that were there first. Hoops Haven, Larry Brotherton. All righty. Robert Driscoll. Chris Sharpie's like, Hulk, just finishing up those last couple of lines right now. Put this baggie away. Oh, my God. All right, let's get to work. My name's Crypto Hulk, not a financial advisor. At birth in 1970, I was born Crypto Hulk. That was on the birth certificate. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not a crypto advisor. Don't buy any crypto I tell you to. Don't sell anything I tell you. Don't do shit except get super high. Okay, that's all I want you to do. Just like me, I stay high 24/7 on like 8 different drugs. I snort like 5 pounds of heroin a day. Okay, so try to keep up. That's who you're getting your financial information advice from. All right, now that the legal disclaimer is out of the way, let's get into this program. Swift. Oh man, hold on. Valera. Here's the Swift article. We do a copy paste. This one, everybody. Oh man, we've been waiting for this for like a year. For real. There it is. Let's read the article that Swift put out. Then we're going to watch the video. I'll play the video here. You won't be able to hear it. But first, let's go over what they're saying. Raising the baseline for cross-border payments. This is straight from Swift, not my opinion. Cross-border payments are moving faster than ever, but customer expectations are moving faster too. Swift's ambition is to help make international payments feel as seamless as domestic ones, bringing greater speed, transparency, and predictability to payment experiences worldwide. The challenge, Swift says, closing the consistency gap. The cross-border payments landscape has evolved rapidly. Everybody, now's the time to start listening real close. Driven by better connectivity, stronger infrastructure like Ripple, and industry-wide innovation like Ripple, Stellar. Yet despite this progress of Ripple, Stellar, experiences can still vary depending on where and how payments move through the system. For end users, uncertainty remains a friction point. Costs may not always be fully visible at the outset. Delivery times can differ between corridors, and overall experience may feel less predictable. So what happens in the world right now, I haven't really experienced this because I don't deal with this. You go to send a payment and it costs more or less than what you said. Most of the time it costs more. Then at some point, maybe your payment gets lost and it might take Swift 1, 2, 3 weeks to find it. Imagine that. See, Swift runs a messaging system, but for the sake of simplicity, I'm going to say in this video, Swift moves money. We all know they don't. You don't need to correct us like a dumb shit, little ass kisser. What you can just do is shut the fuck up and watch the program. Swift sends money, about $1.7 quadrillion a year all around the world. No country can send money unless it goes through Swift, all right? And it's a messy process. And that's what XRP and Stellar and HBAR, Algorand, the good crypto, all the ISO cryptos, everybody, y'all know what they are. All the ISO cryptos, they are going to help the world. All good cryptos work together. You ever heard that before? Who told you that one? So XRP has its job and what it does. Stellar does what it does. HBAR do what it do. All these really good cryptos, they have a certain need case. They have strong points. And today in my program, we're going to go over all the money in the world that moves around, goes through Swift. We're going to talk about the technologies that Swift uses. And then we're going to talk about the cryptos that Crypto Hulk really feels are going to be the ones to go to increase in price dramatically over the next 1 to 2 years, okay? If you're interested in the next 1 to 2 days or 1 to 2 months or whatever, the show's not for you. If you want wild predictions, go watch White Teeth or some stupid shit like that. Next, how Swift is helping drive change. Performance across the Swift network has already advanced considerably, with the majority of payments now arriving at beneficiary banks in minutes. So remember, Swift goes from days, now they're down to minutes, okay? Pretty soon it's going to be 2 to 5 seconds. Then we all know it's going to run on the, everything's going to run on the XRP ledger, and you might have 8, 10, 15 cryptos involved in this Swift one day, okay? As of now, we'll get into which ones I believe that they are, and then later they're going to be adding more. So remember, all good cryptos, they work together. Attention is now turning to the moments that the customer experience most directly the beginning and the end of a payment journey. That's where transparency, predictability, and visibility matter most. To support this, Swift is introducing the Swift Payment Scheme. Here we go, everybody, right here. Here's where it all starts. They're calling it the Swift Payment Scheme. What is that scheme? Linnea, Rise, Stellar, Canton is going to be interactively with this indirectly. So yeah, they're all coming together. Working closely with financial institutions globally, the scheme, Linux is in there, Hyperledger, Besu is in there, all the ones we know, all the ones we've bought into. The scheme is designed to strengthen transparency, improve payment traceability, support full value transfers, and accelerate settlement where domestic systems make this possible. At the same time, Swift is investing in the future of global payments infrastructure through the Swift Ledger, extending trusted standards into a tokenized, continuously operating payment system. Oh, man. Now, we already know that Swift is using Ripple. We got Thunes. Let's look this up real quick. I was telling you about this about a year and a half ago. Let's let this article get going there. So here's Thunes. This article is 4 years old. Thunes is in Africa, Morocco. It's a payment system. They have 30 million bank account owners in Morocco. Thunes global customers. Okay, we're talking globally. And who is Thunes working with? Go to the third paragraph. And we know that Thunes is working with Ripple. Let's do a copy paste. So you can see that evidence directly right here. We like to use evidence on Crypto Halt channel always. Let me do another copy paste. There you go. Now we know, and it's very clear, that Thunes is in Africa. If you look down below, it's hooked up with MENA, which is Middle East, North Africa. It's all hooked up. APAC, Asia Pacific. That's so massive. Thunes is hooked up with the paper, all these things. Like the whole damn world. You know who else? You know who else Thunes is hooked up with? Swift. Oh, shit. Yep. And what does Swift have? Crypto wallets. Oh, shit, Crypto Hulk. So we got Ripple, Swift, Thunes. They got wallets. They're already using them. They got 30 million customers. Oh, man. Here's the article right here. Thunes enables banks to unlock mobile wallet payments all throughout the whole entire world. These wallets are in 130 countries, everybody. How many countries are in the whole world? Like, I think 210. But once you hit about 130 to 150, that's about all you need. The rest of these countries, it's not going to be a big deal. There are 120 million wallet brands around the world. Swift, 3 billion wallets. Swift, listen how massive this is. It's almost half the planet. Thunes. Now listen up here. Thunes, the smart superhighway to move money around the world, today announced its proprietary direct global network provides banks with access to over 3 billion mobile wallets using Swift connectivity. Crypto Hulk, so what you're saying is Thunes has wallets. They're partnered up with Swift, and they got 3 billion customers, which is almost half the planet. Yep. And this article here is 2 years old. Maybe that mobile wallet, maybe these mobile wallets, maybe we got 4 billion now. I want you to see something. I've been telling you for years now, unless you got a crypto wallet on your phone, ain't shit going to happen price-wise, all right? We got to have real-world use case, and that comes from mobile wallets. You got to be able to buy shit with your wallet. So they've got maybe, I'd say that's 2 years ago. I'd say they got at least 4 or 5 billion people. And I'd say the whole world's probably hooked up, pretty close to it. We might even have, like in my phone, my Wells Fargo, it might already accept crypto. Maybe they did an update and I didn't even know it. Okay, it's going to be just like that, all right? They're not going to tell you. You're not going to know in advance. They're going to do the sneaky shit. That's what I'm here, to show you all this cool stuff right here. Okay, now that we've clearly established the fact that Ripple and Swift are partners and they have a wallet, and that wallet's probably in the hands of, just 4 billion people, not the whole, just half the planet, not a big deal. We'll go back to the Swift article here. So Swift has a new scheme, huh? They have a payment scheme Swift's payment scheme. We're going to look into this more. Then I'm going to show you what cryptos are Swift's payment scheme. The rest of the world, they have no idea. You guys, you found out early. You can buy early. Some of these cryptos Swifts are using is 0.00 for one. Why Swift is uniquely placed to lead. Swift's global reach and neutral role play at the center of the cross-border payments ecosystem. Swift is connected to more than 11,500 institutions across 200 countries and territories. Swift provides the shared infrastructure that helps financial institutions exchange value. Now, let's watch the video. So now's the time to go up to that video. What I'm going to do is I'm going to play it on my end. You won't be able to hear it. I'm going to play it on my end and then narrate it. I'm going to pause it and then talk. Swift has a goal. That's to make cross-border payments as fast and transparent and easy as they can. The Swift person is saying what we said earlier. Payments can be messy. You could lose a payment. You might not know how much it costs. One person is saying it's going to cost you $300 to send the money. Somebody else is saying $1,000. So Swift's going to change all that. Customers want, and who are the Swift customers? All the banks. Banks want payments as cheap as possible, at least the smaller banks, not JP Morgan, but generally banks. Because I'll tell you what, the top 5 banks in the world control like 70 to 80% of the money going around the world. I would say this is safe to say. 90% of the banks want cheaper payments. The 10% of the banks running shit, they don't want cheaper payments because they make money off moving money. So in this program, we're going to talk about the 90% of the regular banks, not the super banks. So on this channel, 90% of the banks, they want cheaper payments. Let's go. So now Swift is saying 75% of their payments can be done in less than 10 minutes. So Swift says, we're going to fix all the payment mess. We have something called a payment scheme. It's a market-wide framework. And later we're going to talk about what is that framework. They're going to have transparent and predictable fast payments. Look, remember those channels? You know who they are. Remember all those dumb shits that we're saying all these years? Oh, Ripple's going to replace Swift. Remember all that? Oh, Ripple, we're going to destroy the... Remember all those dumb shits telling you this? Oh, and all the Rothschilds, yeah, they're all going to jail. Remember all that dumb shit? I never believed one fucking word of it. Let's keep going. They're talking about, Swift's talking about trackable payments with no hidden fees, where they're going to track the payments like us. Okay. Swift has a commitment to instant settlement. Well, that's not Bitcoin or Ethereum. Okay, Swift is telling us now they're changing their standards and they're going to support a tokenize. You know what tokenize is? That's crypto. When you have a token, it's crypto. All right. So Swift is telling you without telling you. It's going to be a 24/7. And that is it. That's the end of the Swift video. Let me click out of the article. Now we have the deep dive here. We are going to go. Let me check the comments real quick. If there's any important questions to just regular banter or chit chat. Here's a question from Tampon Tim. Is it possible in the future this will be fixed and we will be able to do this? Let me back this up here. Okay, I'm not talking about the XOR. Okay, now back to Swift. Yes, Swift has clear, documented involvement and collaboration with the cryptos that we're going to be talking about right here. Swift payments. I'm going to cherry pick this. I'm not going to read every word. Okay, Swift has what they call an MVP, minimum viable product. They're having an early rollout, okay, which I believe is right now. The early rollout. I want you to notice something. You notice how the DTCC did the same thing? The DTCC had an early rollout, a partial. Remember the Russell 1000? So what the DTCC did is they move 4.7 quadrillion bucks a year, the biggest in the world. Nobody does more than that. They move products. Trading. Swift's the biggest one that moves money, even though it's messaging. DTCC is the biggest mover for like derivatives, stock, bonds, everything, stock markets. All right. Now, at the same time, Swift is coming out with this MVP rollout. It's an early rollout with 25 banks, and it was targeted for around mid-2026. That's right now, okay? Covering major corridors. It runs in parallel with Swift's broader innovation track that includes digital tokenized infrastructure. So Grok is telling us right here that Swift is rolling crypto right now, okay? You're not going to see any prices going up. They're using dark pools and private ledgers. What we do on Crypto Hulk channel, let's focus on the news. Let's focus on what they're doing. Don't look at the price. You're going to get wrecked when you do that, okay? Look at the real news that I'm talking about. That's why Crypto Hulk channel is heavily shadow banned on every single platform, okay? Because they know I don't care about dumb shit. I don't care what the price is right now. It doesn't mean anything. I'm looking at what is Swift doing? What is the DTCC doing? They're switching over partially to a crypto platform, letting it run for a while. And then later this year, both the DTCC and Swift are going to go live. Just saying, okay? I'm ready. I don't care about the price right now. It doesn't even bug me at all. All righty now. Hyperledger, specifically Hyperledger Besu. Now, Hyperledger is a platform. It had IBM involved in it, Linux involved in it, Stellar involved in it, and some other companies, okay? Hyperledger eventually was Consensus gave that to Linux. And Swift and the DTCC are using it, all right? This is how massive this is. We all know that DTCC has officially partnered with Stellar. So I'm telling you now, what are the cryptos, what are the crypto platforms being used for the biggest movers and shakers on the entire planet? There's nothing bigger than the DTCC, and there's nothing bigger than Swift for moving money. There's nothing bigger. What am I looking at? I'm looking at the two biggest giants. I'm showing you what they're doing. They're switching over to crypto partially right now. And at the end of the year, full bore. Okay. That's what we're doing on today's program. We're looking at facts. We're looking at what are the biggest in the industry doing crypto Hulk. We're not here to tell them ghost stories about XRP going to $1,000 and all that dumb shit. Okay. Let's look at what cryptos are 0.00 and what cryptos are 15 cents or 30 cents and are part of the biggest financial institutions in the world. And then we buy those, at least if you want to. All right. Swiss blockchain-based shared ledger MVP is being built on open source foundation using an Ethereum virtual machine, compatible based on Hyperledger Besu. Swift operates an orchestration layer, tokenized deposits. Design phase completed. That's where Linnea was being used. Then Linnea was given to Linux for a public good. All right. Swift used Linnea. It worked great. Now Linnea became part of the backbone of the financial system of the whole entire world. Not a big deal, right? Okay. Design phase completed. Minimum viable product implementation is underway with live transactions targeted in 2026. There's 17 banks right now pioneering this with Swift. Remember, we have a partial rollout now, and then near the end of the year, this thing gets let loose, all right? September of last year, Swift announced that it would work with Consensus on a conceptual prototype. We found that's when I got into Linnea last year and dumped $3,000 into it. And then, of course, over the period of 6 to 8 months, it dumped to 1,000. My 3,000 turned into 1,000, but I don't care. I've got a ton of Linnea right now, and I'm going to wait till the end of the year and just see what happens. Now, right now, it's saying that Swift. Almost a year ago, Swift announced it would work with Consensus on a conceptual prototype. It was a 24/7 real-time platform. 30 banks were involved. Multiple reports and statements from Consensus linked early testing and piloting to Linnea. That is Consensus Ethereum ZK EVM Layer 2. Linnea was used in pilots exploring on-chain messaging settlement flows. The production-oriented MVP later settled on Hyperledger Besu. Let's look here. Linux Foundation. Historical, yes. Ongoing open source connection via Hyperledger and Swift was a founding member of the Linux Foundation Hyperledger project, 2015 to 2016. Alongside, here's where the connection comes in. The DTCC has been all up in this. And we know, what does the DTCC run on? Canton coin and that RISE token. RISE token is one that tokenizes for Canton. You got Consensus and major banks involved. The current use of Hyperledger Besu continues. Listen, that open source enterprise DLT lineage under the Linux Foundation / Hyperledger Foundation. So these are all connected. When we talk about Linux, DTCC, Swift, all of these come together. Hyperledger, IBM, Stellar. Swift and DTCC have worked together on blockchain experiments with Chainlink in the past. More recently, DTCC work its own token service going live mid-2026. So we already know this. DTCC and the Russell 1000 tokenized all those. Swift right now is starting to use the ISO 20022 and its own tokenization. And I'm going to say utilizing Linnea. Linnea is part of this. They're not partners. I want to make it very clear again. I'm not saying for the dumb people out there, they're going to leave stupid comments. There's no partnership with Linnea and Swift. Never suggested that at all. Swift is using Linnea technology to get this shit done. Or Linnea is working behind the scenes to make all this happen. So whatever it is, they're fucking using it, okay? Indirectly or directly, doesn't fucking matter. All right, now we cleared that up. Swift is deliberately using enterprise tech partners like Consensus for prototyping. Swift is using Hyperledger Besu for the minimum viable product architecture and long-standing Linux Foundation Hyperledger roots, plus deep bank collaborations to evolve its rails toward tokenized deposits. So that's how Swift's going to run on tokenized deposits. That's how they're going to move this stuff in 2 to 5 seconds. It's all coming together. You have to get in early and then have patience. So Linnea is a ZK Ethereum virtual machine layer 2. It was created by Consensus. It was launched in 2023. In May of this year, like 2 months ago, the Linnea Consortium, which is a nonprofit guiding Linnea's decentralization, Linnea Consortium became a premier member of Linux Foundation. Everybody, can you understand this? Linnea became a premier member of Linux. Linux is a partner of Swift and the DTCC. We're talking about the two biggest giants in the world. Linnea is a part of their little group, okay? So is Stellar. This is massive right here. This Linnea is going to be a monster, a damn monster. Now, when Linnea became part of the Linux Foundation, the platform did. And then the Linnea platform was renamed Lineth, Lineth, okay? It was placed under a neutral open source governance trust project. That means it's for the whole public's good, all right? The whole world is running on this Linux, which is Lineth and Hyperledger Besu, okay? That's what's going to run. Imagine this. All the DTCC, all of Swift, is the center, the hub is Linux. And what makes up the Linux? Hyperledger Besu, which is IBM Stellar, and then Linnea, which is now Lineth. Those two cryptos right there are the hub. Remember, they don't do everything, but they're the hub of all of this. And the DTCC runs on Canton. So Hyperledger was started by Linux, but you had IBM involved in it with Stellar. There's other companies too. Now, Swift worked with Consensus on a conceptual prototype-based ledger, and it involved Linnea. The Linnea stack contribution to the Linux Foundation Decentralized Trust occurred May 2026, like 2 months ago. Linnea became part of that Linnea Foundation Decentralized Trust. The prototype work was driven by the Linnea Consortium. In May 2026, 2 months ago, the Stellar Development Foundation announced its plans to enable tokenization of DTC. You need to understand how big Stellar is going to get. You need to understand this. Stellar is going to be enormous. The Stellar Development Foundation announced plans to enable tokenization of DTCC assets. Right now, the DTCC has $113 trillion in assets. Now, I'm going to ask Grok something right here. DTCC has 113 trillion assets. I'm asking Grok how much Stellar would be if all that 113 trillion goes on to Stellar. Let's see what the price of Stellar will be. No one can really answer that question. Grok's not really wanting to tell us. That's okay. Stellar won't be 30 cents. We know that for certain. So let me go back up here. So in May, again, 2026, DTCC and the Stellar Development Foundation announced plans to enable tokenization of DTC custody assets on the Stellar network. So Stellar is going to be worth a whole lot of money. When will the DTCC have Stellar tokenized? It's showing here the first half of 2027. Somewhere from January, February, March, April, May, June of 2027, it's going to be on Stellar. Right here, it's what it's showing. So some of you might want to get Stellar, just letting you know. It might be worth it for you if you want to be rich. Clear recording players. Now I'm asking Grok to wildly speculate because he wasn't doing it. So you got to tell him. All right. In the beginning, Grok's saying Stellar should hit $2 to $4. And then at a next higher level, it could be up to 15. If it really gets going, $50. And if it really does with 40 trillion, if $40 trillion are tokenized with Stellar, Stellar will be $150 a piece. Okay. This is pure hopium. Grok's telling us this is pure hopium. But if you've got 40 to trillion with high velocity, remember, there's 114 trillion. This is not even half. Grok's just saying, hey, if you get 40 trillion out of 113, you should be at around $150. Stellar becomes the public chain here. Grok saying a good conservative number for Stellar is $100. Okay. Conservative. Grok is saying conservative, $100. Telling you what. Okay. Let us look at the comments here. Robert Driscoll, Deep Dive Fund. Thanks, Hulk. Caitlin Brown has Linnea. All right, that is the Swift. And I did a little deep dive. And here it is. Swift moves about 1.5 quadrillion bucks a year. Here's just that used. All right, let me look up one last article. Okay, we got credit unions with wallets. There's the Swift article. You know what? Let's get into this one. This will be our last article. This is not it kind of is a crypto. Let me tell you what I mean. It's Ondo. There's the article first. Now, here's Ondas. We're going to talk about this again because it's up. Now, some of you guys have enough crypto and you say, Crypto Hulk, I want to buy companies that are crypto related. This is one you're going to want to look at first. I showed you the Ondas holdings. You can buy this on MetaMask and other sites. Ondas is a crypto that's actually a stock, okay? I haven't really seen this too often, but you can actually buy this on MetaMask and I believe put it in your wallet. Obviously, if they sell it. And then it's also related to Ondo. We'll get into that if we got time later. So let's look at the article here. Let me click on it again. This article here is about a company called Ondas. And you heard it here first. Nobody was talking about it except Crypto Hulk. This is very interesting. We've got a stock. It's called Ondas. It's a company that has drones and artificial intelligence. They have defense contracts with governments. This is a big deal. What's weird about Ondas is it has like a parent company called Ondo. And Ondo's working with Axelar, which is a crypto at Caleb and Brown. And Axelar acts as a bridge. And Axelar's partner is Ripple. Oh, man. That's why I had to get the Axelar again. I just dumped my wormhole. Don't copy me. Don't copy me. But I dumped my wormhole to get Axelar. It doesn't get any higher than this. Imagine you got BlackRock, the world's biggest company with assets under management. You got BlackRock. Doesn't get any bigger. Working with Ondo, who's partnered with Axelar, who's a Ripple partner. Now, Ondo's the parent company. Underneath Ondo, you have this, let's say, drone kind of 3-letter agency company. Let me tell you something. See all the shit going on with Iran right now and all these drones and stuff? That's going to be the warfare of the future. Drones, okay? What is Ondas? It's a drone company. Oh, damn, Crypto Hulk. And they're tied in with Ondo Crypto. Just work with BlackRock. Not a big deal, right? Okay. I don't see the relevance, Crypto Hulk. Yeah, I know. I don't see the relevance the day you were born. You should have been aborted. And I don't believe in abortion. The order. So what happens here, listen to this title. Ondas secures $6.9 million Australian. Oh, the Australians are mixed up in this too. Don't let the Australians fool you. The Australian Defence Order expanding international demand for counter unmanned aerial system solution, mainly counterterrorism, okay? Let's get into what this is. What is this? This is a company. It's on the stock market. Let's look at the New York Stock Exchange. Now, you can go to MetaMask and buy this. Or you can go on the New York Stock Exchange, have your broker or whatever buy this for you. Here it is right here. This is a fully legitimate company tied in with BlackRock, Ondo, Axelar, Ripple, right there. So if you want to buy the stock, there it is. Go on the NASDAQ and get it. I'm not going to show you that link. Let's go back to the article. So that, again, this is for somebody who wants something different than crypto. Maybe you got $1,000 and you want to dump it into a company that uses crypto or is somehow crypto related. This will be it right here. The order includes DTIM kits that deliver integrated detect, track, identify, mitigate capability through Ondas counter-terrorism. There's an award. The award reflects continued momentum for Ondas as global defense customers, are you hearing me, expand investment in counter-UAS capabilities. West Palm Beach, Florida, a leading provider of advanced autonomous systems and next-generation defense and security technologies, which is Ondas Systems, today announced a $7 million order from Australia. Oh, my God. The Australian Department of Defense. They want the Ondas DTIM single operator counter terrorism kit, okay? The order was formally awarded to Design Technologies, DZYNE, not D's Nuts, now part of Ondas. So Ondas bought this company called DZYNE Technologies. It's a part of Ondas. Following the acquisition of D's Nuts, the counter UAS technologies and teams are now operating with Ondas Sentinel, the company's dedicated U.S. defense division. Oh, man, I'm telling you what, You want to get into some money right here? This is it, you guys. You're getting in early, and you know all this Iran shit's never going away. This whole drone thing is a wave of the future. They're cheaper than airplanes, jets, and all that shit. These drones are way cheaper. Listen to this, more than 3,000 drone buster units have been deployed worldwide. You notice how when Iran does that stuff, they'll send over 100, 200, 300 drones all at once? Guess what's going to stop all that dumb shit? Ondas. You know what's going to happen to the price of Ondas? Oh, man. You can already see it right now. This shit's getting kind of bad with all this drone shit. This will be the future right here. You'd be smart to stock up on, get at least $1,000 of this stuff. They have a long range. Okay, so this DTIM kit that Australia bought, listen to what it does. Long range omnidetectional drone detection up to 50 miles. Australia's going to have these drones flying around that can detect another drone somewhere 50 miles away. So if somebody tries launching something on Australia, they're going to have advance notice, okay? It has a remote ID aeroscope tracking with real-time threat alerts. It's going to have artificial intelligence and machine learning powered drone identification with an updated threat library. Oh, man, this is cool shit. Australia's investment in Ondas DTIM kits underscores the increasing global priority around counter-terrorism readiness and the need for trusted, scalable technologies. This award is an important validation of our strategy. Let me skip this. Now, Ondas Sentinel is their United States security division. The Sentinel. I like that. This stuff is cool shit right here. We are proud to partner with Ondas Sentinel to bring cutting-edge singles. So their Ondas has something called Sentinel. It's for the United States, but we're letting Australia buy it. And how we're letting Australia, because Australia is a trusted country of the United States. We are looking out for Australia. We want to make sure Australia has just what the United States has. We're not trying to have any threat actors do shit to Australia. So we're allowing the Aussie military and security departments in your country to have our technology, because we feel strongly we want Australia protected from dumb shits doing this stuff to them. Alrighty then. Now, here is Ondo. Everybody knows about Ondo. It's 40 cents right now. Going up, or priced out. See what I mean? You guys are spoiled. If shit isn't 0.002, you guys don't want to buy it anymore. Here's my deep dive. The only thing I want to go into the deep dive is, what is the relationship with Ondo Crypto? Ondo Finance is the main company. Ondo Finance is the issuer behind the Ondo token. It operates Ondo Global Markets, Ondo Stocks. This creates Onsen. So let me copy paste that. It's a little confusing for brand new people. So let me break it down again. You have the main company called Ondo Finance, okay? Underneath Ondo Finance, you have Ondo Global Markets. Underneath them, you have the crypto Ondo. Underneath that, you have a company called Onsen, ONDSON. Onsen, they're the ones who make all the drones and shit, okay? So the same people making the crypto, they're the same ones making the drones and protecting the country. You see this? This is massive right here. So underlying ONS shares. So when you can either go to the New York Stock Exchange and buy ONS, ONDS, or you can go to MetaMask and buy the ONS token. It's a share, it's a stock. How it works: underlying ONS shares are held in regulated U.S. custody brokerage ship, except on MetaMask. Looks like you can keep it yourself. That's very cool, at least for now. Maybe one day the government's going to take it away from you, but right now you can buy it on MetaMask. A registered transfer agent mints ONSIN tokens on chain, expanded to Solana and BNB chain. Holders gain economic exposure and potential DeFi composability. You got voting rights. So that's what it is. I've never seen anything like this before. You have a crypto that owns a defense contract company. Very, very interesting. And it's global. They're selling defense protection to the whole entire world. And then they make a token. I mean, you don't have to be on the stock exchange. You can go on MetaMask and buy that shit. Pretty amazing. I love this. There's some, and part of my theory, just my theory, no evidence. It's almost as if this Ondo token, they could pump the money into this defense company to fund the United States. See where it's not using tax dollars? I don't know. It's just very interesting. It's something that if I was an investor and I invested in stocks, this is something 100% you must have access to. All right, there's your ghost story. Gordon Logan, member for 47 months. I'm still here, Hulk, by Jove. There's Gordon Logan. Thanks for everything. After the show, I'm off to the pub for a beer or two. Why don't you join me? Sure, why not? Gordon, it's only 10:30 in the morning here. I do that every day. All right, we're out of here. We got 3 minutes left of the show. That's good enough. I'm going to send the show down to the lower level of payment people, and I'll see you all in the next one.